Who do you believe owns the water in the Imperial Valley?
I don't know if it matters what I believe. It's what's the law. And the law says that the water belongs to the landowners. It is tied to the land. This water is held in trust by the IID, which in turn is entrusted to run it and make decisions for it by the people. The people being the residents of Imperial County.
QSA, also another hot topic as usual. What do you think about the QSA in its current form? Do you support the QSA?
As a member of the public, I think the great majority of the public is not as aware of what the QSA is and actually what's gone down in the last 7 years. What I can tell you, as I understand it, is that it has sections that have been invalidated by a judge. This has been appealed by the IID. What I would like to see happen is to have it be negotiated in goodwill and with a timeline. I understand that keeping the attorneys employed appears to be a real issue with a lot of large entities. That is certainly not my prerogative. I would like to see this issue resolved, and I'd like to see the QSA renegotiated and see benefits not only for a few, but for everyone in Imperial County, in particular the low-income ratepayers.
Water conservation is obviously a part of the QSA. It's part of everything that the IID does. How successful do you think the IID has been with conserving water, and what are the ways you think they could conserve water?
I don't know how successful they really have been, because I am not privy to figures as to the amount of acre feet that is reclaimed and conserved. What I can tell you is that there is water that's been reclaimed that's gone to the MWD, and we don't know the amount, or at least I do not know the amount, and we don't know where that money's gone. And it's more than likely that water has gone to MWD at no cost. So conservation, it's a fact of life. I mean, we have to do it, and we're going to be mandated to do it. How the IID implements the conservation measures and how that in turn is reflected on savings and benefits to the people is to be seen.
Obviously the IID is water and the IID is power. There has been some discussion in the last couple of years, and some people have pushed for water and power to be separated, and there's been some discussion about selling off some of the power in Coachella Valley. What do you think about water and power being separated? Do you think they should be together? Do you think the IID needs to be in the business of both?
The IID was formed, and it is one entity running two divisions, the power and the water, and one of them depends on the other. I do not believe that they should be separated. By separating them, I think that it would deregulate the fees, at least from the perspective of the power. It would allow for companies to come in here and run the power, and that translates into higher rates, and it would mean that someone else from outside would be running our power department. I am not fond of that thought.
Green energy, another very big topic here. How would you, if you were elected, actively encourage these renewable energy companies to locate here?
Let me give you a good example. I sat on the Energy Consumers Advisory Committee for almost 9 years. And there are a lot of projects that come through, and in the last couple of years, many of them are green energy. Frankly, because we are being forced into looking at these issues. A few days ago, I became privy to some information regarding a particular solar project that's being studied in the north end part of the county. And the Energy Consumers Advisory Committee, from my understanding, had not been presented on this project, and this looks like a wonderful solar project. It entails the setup of the entire system, the generation of energy, and of course, obviously, the transmission. We have solar 365 days of the year, In theory and in a perfect world, we should be able to create enough energy, sell it, and everyone in the county should get free electricity. That's in a perfect world. In our world, the best we can do is explore this with timelines and not in an open-ended perspective. And we should be able to encourage it, embrace it, and move forward with it, because it is the future, and the future is really not very far away.
The IID has been a little up and down with general managers in recent years. The general manager now, general manager then gone, an interim general manager. Brian Brady has been here for a little while now. What do you think about the job that he's done?
I think that management and general managers, if it were up to me, I would try to pass a law, or would pass a law, making it mandatory for general managers and management to live in Imperial County and spend their money here. We see this in education all the time. That's my personal issue. I can tell you that Dr. Brady has been everything professional when I have met with him and met him. But I am not one at this point in time to talk about his performance, because I have not been in a position to evaluate it.
The last question is, why should people vote for you?
Because I will make informed decisions, I will read my material, and I will be a full-time director.